like to find out how much I make in a month for furniture flipping part-time, stick around because I'm going to show you exactly how much profit I made, what I sold, where I bought it from, and what I did to sell it for a profit. Hi, my name's Michelle and I have a furniture flipping business that I work in part-time. The first item I sold this month was 2 gorgeous green armchairs. They had these cute little bun feet that had casters on the end on the front. All I had to do with these chairs, they were in beautiful shape. I put a little bit of furniture polish on the feet and then I took some photos. Got these from a Habitat for Humanity on a thrift trip. So I paid $105 for these. I sold them for $450, which gave me a really nice profit of $345. So the second item I sold for this month was a rattan chair and ottoman. This was a really kind of beautiful vintage chair and ottoman. I just gave the chair a wipe down. The fabric was in great shape. I took some photos. Now I bought this one for $24 from a local St. Vincent de Paul thrift store, and I sold this for $200. And that gave me a really nice profit of $176. The third item I sold was 2 rattan kitchen stools, and I bought these off Craigslist from somebody that had posted them up. They were $5 each. I thought they were super cute and I sold them for $60, giving me a profit of $50. Now the fourth item I sold was this big, kind of like a light green armchair. And I bought this from our local St. Vincent de Paul Dig and Save, which is kind of like, I call it like our thrift outlet store. It has bins of clothes at the front and then at the back it has furniture, which I call like the last chance furniture, where it might not have sold in the other thrift stores. It usually needs a bit more work, however, usually priced quite low. So I gave this chair a really good clean, and I also used my, I don't know what it's called. I call it like a de-pillar. And basically when you get pilling on clothing items, or in this case on the fabric of the chair, you use this little machine to go over and it basically cuts off all those little pills. So once I was done with it, it was looking great. I put a little bit of wood polish on its feet and I bought this chair for $16 and I ended up selling it for $150. And this gave me a profit of $134. This next item I sold was this rattan accent chair. My husband had actually been out at a thrift store. He'd been on an errand and decided he wanted to check out the thrift store. Sent me a photo of this chair and he was like, should I buy it? And I was like, yes. Because I just thought it looked really gorgeous. I could see it in like the entranceway of somebody's home. You know, that spot where you sit down and you put your shoes on. So this chair we paid $12 for and I sold it for $90, giving a profit of $78. Flip number 6 was this soft grey armchair, and this chair just needed a really good clean. So I got out my Bissell and I gave the upholstery a very thorough cleaning, and I got this chair from a St. Vincent's thrift store that is local to us. I paid $37 for this chair and sold it for $150, and that gave a profit of $137. Flip number 7 was this gorgeous MCM armchair. It had this really cool olive green fabric and I loved the shape and the lines of it, and it was super comfy to sit in. So with this chair, I gave it a good clean with the Bissell. And what was really cool is the person that I sold this to actually has a booth in a local kind of antiques and mid-century furniture store. And they're actually reselling it in their current booth. Now, some people might like get annoyed by that, but I think that's amazing. I sold this chair, I made a profit I was very happy with, and now they get to sell it to their market and make a profit as well. And this is another thing that you can do to sell your pieces. Maybe you build that relationship up so you have a direct line to people that are interested in the kind of furniture that you're looking for, and they have a market that they can then on-sell it to. So be on the lookout for potential customers and buyers like that. Now this chair I bought from a Habitat for Humanity for $40, and I sold this chair for $200, which gave me a profit of $160. Flip number 8 was this gorgeous MCM tall boy dresser. And I love the handles on this dresser, and I love the shape of this dresser, and it just needed a really good clean. So I cleaned it inside and out, and then I applied Howard's Feed and Wax to the outside, which is a wood conditioner and basically conditions the wood and brings it back to life a little bit. And then I gave the handles on this dresser a really good clean with Barkeeper's Friend, and it just brought out the beautiful brass color of these handles, and it really popped the rich wood grain. So this dresser we bought for $80 off Facebook Marketplace, and then I resold it on Facebook Marketplace for $350. And this gave me a profit of $270. Flip number 9 was this gold bookcase with glass shelves. Now I thought this was a gorgeous piece, but this piece had sat for months. And all I did was clean this piece up and take some really nice photos. I paid $25 for the bookcase, and I ended up selling it for $125. So I still got a profit of $100 for very minimal work, which was nice, but it just surprised me a little bit because I thought it would sell quicker. Flip number 10 was this beautiful pair of pink MCM style chairs. They had this almost tweed fabric, and it had a bunch of different color threads running through it. And then it had these beautiful tapered wooden legs. And this kind of style of chair sells quite well in my local market, and especially if it's like a cool, interesting, funky color, which these chairs were. Now they just needed a really good clean, so I got out my Bissell, cleaned them up, and I also ripped off the skirts that they had on them. At the moment in my market, if you rip off the skirts on chairs like this and expose, especially if they have those beautiful wooden legs, people really like that and they sell quite quickly. So these two chairs I picked up from a Habitat for Humanity, and I bought these for $21 for the pair. So I thought they were an absolute steal. And I sold these for $300, which gave me a profit of $279. Flip number 11 was a quick, easy little flip. It was these two canoe kind of boat lamps. Where I live up north, people often have cabins by a lake, and I thought these would look super cute in a cabin like that. And I bought the two of them for $5 at our St. Vincent's Dig and Save, and sold them for $80 to a lovely older couple who were actually building their own cabin by a lake, and that gave me a profit of $75. Flip number 12 was this set of 4 vintage MCM dining chairs. They were in great shape. They did have different material on their seats. The backs were all the same, but there was variation on the seats. However, I loved the steel bases of these chairs. I just thought they looked super cool, and I bought these for $100 for the set from a St. Vincent de Paul thrift store, and sold them for $400, giving me a profit of $300. Flip number 13 was this cute little vintage chair, and it needed a good clean, and also I put some wood polish on the handles and the legs. It had this really cool yellow fabric, and I liked the detail on the wooden parts of the base of the chair as well. I bought this chair for $11 and sold it for $75, giving me a profit of $64. Flip number 14 is this orange swivel rocker. I ripped the skirt off this chair to expose the rocking base underneath. I gave it a good clean with my Bissell and took some photos. And I had so many messages on this chair. I thought I had priced it well, but with the amount of messages I got on this and people offering more than I'd priced it for, I definitely could have priced it higher. I think it was a combination of the shape and the fact that it's a swivel rocker and the color. People just loved the color. So test it out in your own market, but if you see orange chairs like this, you might want to consider getting them. I paid $50 for this chair, and I actually bought it off Facebook Marketplace. And then I sold it again for $180, which gave me a profit of $130. Flip number 15 was this light mint green swivel rocker and ottoman. and it was adorably cute. I gave it a clean, ripped off the skirt on the chair and the ottoman. However, there were some faint discoloration on the chair on the fabric that I couldn't manage to get out. So I priced this set at $100 because of those imperfections and made sure I mentioned them in the listing. So I paid $25 for this chair and I bought it off Facebook Marketplace, and I resold it for $100 for a profit of $75. Flip number 16 was very small and didn't make me much money, but I'd found this gorgeous little picnic basket for $6 at a local Goodwill and just thought I would try selling it. And I sold it for $15, so that gave me a profit of $9 on this. So not something I'm gonna repeat, but it was adorable. And flip number 17 was this gorgeous pink chair and ottoman. It had that nail head trim that just looked gorgeous. And all I did for the chair and the ottoman was give it a really good clean with my Bissell. And then I put a little bit of wood polish on the wooden parts. And I bought this chair for $50 off Facebook Marketplace. I actually bought it from the same lady that I bought the orange swivel rocker off, so I bought both of those chairs for $50 each off her. And I sold this for $180, which gave me a profit of $130. If you're enjoying this video so far, please consider subscribing and hitting the like button down below. It really helps me out and I really appreciate it and allows me to make more of these videos. Alright, so we're getting to the good bit. I sold 17 items in this month and I made a total profit of $2,488. Now I think it's important to note here that I do this part-time. So I take note of how many hours I put into each piece. And just to be clear, I don't include the time when I'm actually out getting the furniture and looking for it at thrift stores, mainly because I tend to combine it with other errands and things like that when I'm already out and I'll look on the way. But you could definitely take that time into account if you were doing it yourself. And this month I spent 21 hours and 45 minutes working on these 17 pieces of furniture. And what's really cool about that is I'm able to work out how much I'm making per hour on these flips, because sometimes you can get lost in how much profit you're making but not realizing how many hours you're actually putting into a piece and whether that's worth your time in the end. So for me, for this month, I made an average profit per hour of my time of $114, which I'm really happy with. Now, if you liked this video, you might like my video where I show you how I made $700 profit in one thrift store run, selling only 3 items of furniture and spending only 4 hours working on them. So if that's of interest to you, I'll link that here on the screen. Have a good one and I'll see you in the next video.